On our way back to the Meadows, back to Northfield. Well, no, back to Ohio. It's not really Northfield. I'm going to Brunswick. Got all the baseball glove for. As a young baseball player, you never wanted a new glove. You buy these things at Dick's now, and they break them in for you. Kind of half-assed, but they break them in, and the glove all he was using was a bigger glove. And one of the coaches had brought it up that an infielder's glove like this might help him a little bit more, also. So, being a good dad, I bought him a baseball glove. So today was all about, and I bought you a bat. So I wanted to go to the Meadows, and I was hoping to miss the rain. Actually, the exact opposite of that happened. It rained just about as hard as the Lord would let it today at the Meadows. In fact, it was raining so hard I had no mud on me. It was just complete saturated suit, and I just let my glasses down because it wasn't that there was mud on my glasses. It was raining so hard. It was just, you couldn't see. It was. Could you see it in the video? How incredibly hard it was raining.
Before I had to know, yes.
Even the paddock judge says, "Do you want to put fenders on?" I said, "For what? It's raining so hard. Nothing will help. It is insanely. It's raining crazy." And then I said that in the office, and then it began raining even harder when we went outside. So we'll rewind back. Judy's Money and Bobby were in first. Then Perfection Hanover was in, and last was Had to Know. Now, a little bit of insight for all of them today. So Judy's Money, Justin Walters went with Judy's Money today, and I told him, I said, I'd like to see her going 2-2, 2-3. I have no idea what mine's going to do. Hopefully Bobby is sane today. And she was. Went up to the gate. You could tell she was looking at everything. She wasn't scared of anything, but she was just looking at everything that was everywhere. And I'm going up to the gate. She's looking at the horses. She's looking at the paddock. She's looking at the sky. There might have been an airplane over there. She just saw everything. But wasn't like shying away like a very green horse. Just not as attentive as, and that wasn't a bad thing, as I was hoping she would be. Went up to the gate, trotted out of there. Now Bobby's the opposite. We've trained all our horses to follow. Tell them, Amy, what's the word?
Nose to helmet.
Nose to helmet.
We're going to name one that you're
That's how we train our horses always, nose to helmet. Now I know some of our other trainers will keep them back a little bit, and I can tell who's been going with the horses because the horses are a little anxious when they get close to the helmet, whereas ours, you can just, like Degas, you can just hang her over your shoulder like a shirt when you're traveling. Bobby, it isn't just that Amy kept her back a little bit.
Whoa. You've been going
That's
with
true.
this filly since April.
I know, but before that it was you. But that's not, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you because Bobby is a little, she gets anxious.
Actually, maybe March.
No, it's April. She gets a little, she file her under a bull in a china shop when she gets a little anxious, right? She just bolts forward. I was going to say something else, but
and when you have zero space to do that, she doesn't care.
Eventually, she's going to learn. But had I known way back when how dumb she actually was, we could have tailored a training schedule a little more to her liking. But most of our horses will travel nose to helmet. Bobby, you just got to give her a little room. A couple of chevrons like on the highway. Just a little room. She can get a little crazy. So when we went out of the gate, the two crossed down in front of me, and I'm like, she's actually behaved. She's a little grabby, but not bad. And as I caught up, not bad. And then down the backstretch, that horse made a break in the front. She got right up in behind him. At that point, you can ride up a little tighter. She's a little more pliable. The horse on the front was kind of pulling up a little bit, and we were already at the half in 103 and 2. So I'm like, I can't go mile 2.6. I wheel her out and go around. She put a couple of steps in, getting in the last turn. Now, the thing about Bobby is she trots turns great. It's the straightaways she gets a little out of gear. We came out of the last turn. She had them by 3 or 4. I just left her alone. I look over. I saw Judy's Money coming. I didn't really think she was going to run me down, but I didn't want to stress Bobby, right? Two problems about Bobby. She brushes her shins behind, and she runs down right hind. And now we just have a half run, half swedge on her behind. For you horsemen out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's more of a pacer shoe, as they call it. But it works well for Bobby, but she is running down. So with that lack of grab, it would be easy for me to say that's playing a role. So I think rather than putting a full swedge on her, we're just going to put heel corks on her and see if this is going to be a game of inches with her, but it is anyway with racing, but definitely with her. Start with the heel cork, see if we can keep her out of running down. If we have to put a longer shoe on her, we've already done all this. If we have to put a longer shoe on her, we will. If we have to go back to bars, we will. But I just felt that she wasn't as good in those shoes. And we have boots on her that cover up that rundown. So it's not like she's hard on herself. It's a little perplexing that she's doing it, especially only on the one side, but not the end of the world. I think we can work something out with Bobby. I like the way she trotted the last turn perfectly. Again, down the lane, I wish she would have finished it off, but I didn't really ask her, right? I just left her alone, and Judy kind of lumbered up alongside of her and just got by me at the wire, literally by a nose. So Judy's money was great. Trotted the last half in like 59, last quarter in 29, and again, it was starting to rain at that point, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was raining really hard at that point. And Bobby qualified good. I'm not disappointed. I was happy with her qualifier and her speed, but as I said to Amy, this is going to take some time, right? You're not going to just see Bobby switch and just be this horse we want her to be all of a sudden. This is going to be a baby steps type of thing with her. She was clearly better mentally and physically today than she was at Northfield her last start. She's getting better in that regard. And when you see me be careful with her, she's scared of nothing. She'll put her nose on the gate. She will put her nose on the helmet of the guy in front of her. He may not like what happens next, but she will. And you just have to be careful with her. She's a bit of a mental midget, that's all. You just have to be careful with Bobby for the next little while. Judy's money was great, finished up her mile good. I asked young Walter's kid, I said, was she hitting herself? Maybe a bit when she was running in on the last turn, but really she was really good, which is good. So there's two fillies with a lot of question marks hanging off of them that qualified well today. We went out with Perfection. Now, I said to you guys the other day, I want to go mile 56 with them. All right, cool. There's two in the qualifier. Tim's other horse was a scratch. So there's literally two horses in the qualifier. I'm going behind the gate. I don't want to be on the front. So I'm like off the gate a little bit. I asked James Dodson on the left of me, how much you want to go? Around 2 minutes. He said she's green. She's only seen the gate once. So I don't want to be on the front. So I just back them off the gate as they go. And James looks over at me and I said, go ahead. He's ever happy he did. I dropped in behind him. Perfection Hanover, when I watch the video, his hobble still looks short. You know, I told Tim, let them out 2 or 3 holes or more. And we've been letting them out. I had a call from Ron, one of my partners on Perfection Hanover, and he said, what do you think? I said, listen, he's not Poppy Rob Hanover. There's no two ways about that. But there's nothing stopping him from being a useful horse. It's not his attitude or his work ethic. I don't mind them. Yes, I chased him down the lane, but he's just a little lackadaisical. I knew when he cleared to the front, his first inclination would be cool and just kind of sit there rather than finish, with authority. So I had to keep on him and keep on him and keep on him and keep on him. But he did finish up his mile good. Last 3 quarters of 127-1. And trust me when I tell you, it was raining almost as hard as it could. The reason I say almost is because it was raining even harder when I went out with Head to Know. Now, Head to Know, the bumps, I couldn't get my mind around what is going on. What am I looking at? What am I feeling? He's hitting that left shin. I saw him do it 2 or 3 times, and he does have a little bit of a contusion there, a little bit of a bruise on that left cannon bone. So we're going to go back to Enos, our blacksmith, right? He's got flat bars on him behind. Going to have to take the flat bars off. I want a set of egg bars on him, not big egg bars, just so the shoe extends just behind the heel a little bit. So the egg bar shoes, you can make them a number of different ways, but generally they're like a normal shoe, and then the back comes out like an egg, right? The ones he has now are like a flat line. I don't think one of 2 things are going to happen. He'll be much better with these shoes on, or even a little bit worse. I hope it's the first. If it's the latter, then we're going to take all the bars off and go back to normal shoes and hope, see how I did that? Hope that he doesn't pop any quarter cracks. That's our hope. So right now, with all the technical shoeing he is on, we have to move to a more situation where it's make it simple, stupid type thing. We have the mushroom bars on him up front, which I like. We have the flat bars on him behind. It'd be great if we just get the 4 normal trotting shoes on him. That would be great. Full swedges behind, 9/16 up front. That'd be awesome. I just don't know if we can right away. I don't trust that his feet are going to stay intact. So we're not going to touch anything with the mushrooms up front. We're going to move to a bit of an ag bar behind, and yes, this is hard on the stifles, and yes, it might slow him down a bit, but I'm hoping it will keep those walls intact for at least the majority of the summer. We don't need him to be at 105% right now. I want him to be, but where he's going, in the Buckeye at Bucyrus, his first start, all he has to really do is trot. If he trots, he should be fine. So, lengthen those shoes behind a little bit to an egg bar, maybe even put a couple of heel corks on him, and I think at that point, I'm comfortable in saying there's a good chance we can get him out of that hind shin. It's not up in the jack area, it's halfway down the shin, and I think this will help. Now, as we go through the summer, if his confidence and his soundness grows, we can start getting those mushrooms off from behind. We can start moving to a normal shoe, mushrooms up front. We can move away from the, get to a normal shoe behind. I think at that point, you're going to be able to start working some more speed into him, but that will take time. This is a process with him as we get into the summer. Now, all of this took place this morning. The reason I waited until 2:54 in the afternoon to bring you your video was I wanted to watch Degas race. I didn't realize that this was an aged maiden. I thought this was a 2-year-old maiden. So as we go behind, as we're going in the post parade, and I hear them talking about these horses 0 for 10. You know, this horse has a little more experience. I'm like, what 2-year-old could possibly have 10 starts? And on July the 1st, none. These are 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds. And they start talking about Degas. Not only was it an aged maiden, she was the only 2-year-old in the maiden, I believe. Got away 5th, big half, 56.
There was 2.
There was 2?
Yeah.
Oh, there was 2. Big half and 56. You know, Atlee Bender put her in a great spot and just snuck by the horse on the inside of the wire to win in 58. Now, the last half of the mile was 101 and 2, but hers wasn't. Hers was a minute and a fifth, a minute and 2/5. She had to be 5-6 lengths off of the half. And she raced great. So great job by Eric and Kathy. Great job by Atlee Bender. Does a great job. Good kid. And a great job by Degas. You know, a lot of people out there asking about Degas, and really, you had to take my word for it last week. We talked about the missing time. We talked about her maybe not even making it to Oak Grove. Then at the last minute, we put her on the truck, got her down there. She raced her butt off, finishing 4th beat a length, charging hard at the wire. All this, and I keep telling everybody, this is not the culmination of Degas. This is her getting to there, and I don't know where her ceiling is yet. I'm not trying to tell you that she's like Jailbird Jog. That's just raw freak talent. But if we didn't have Jailbird Jog, I'd be telling you about how good Degas is right now. 2 different animals. I don't think you're going to confuse the 2 for quite a while, if ever. But I will tell you this. Degas is a real sweet filly and a nice filly to race. She showed everything that she learned this year training today. Get the job done is most important, whether it's by a nose or not. That was a big victory for her. It was a big victory for us. Another filly with a lifetime mark, another 2-year-old with a lifetime mark, 158 in Oak Grove, heading into a stake race next week where people are going to take a little more notice to Degas. So again, great job by Eric and Kathy, great job by Atlee Bender, and a great job by Degas. So that is the first part of our day over. I think that's it for U.S. racing today, isn't it? I believe it is. Somehow this thing has taken over my tablet. It is, yes, right here. Yep, we have Gaslight Hall, Chicago Hall, Resolve Indeed, Lifting Legend, and Delicious Stone DK. This is a good start to what could be a very good day. The only horse, no, there's 2. Lifting Legend might find it tough in the Open Maiden today, the 2-year-old. Might have a different result with this guy. And Gaslight Hall is at Mohawk. But the other 3 that are racing in Georgia got a great shot. We could have a very good day on our hands here at the stable. So, take care. I will talk to you all very soon. What's left for us today? Nothing. We have to go watch Oliver play baseball tonight in Ohio. Don't think he can use that glove, but we can go have a catch when I get home. Or maybe when we get to the field, I guess. You'd be surprised how quick the last little bit, especially when you get using it, it's almost like it stiffens up easy. That's where you get the... You catch 4 or 5 times, and then you'd be like, it's not bad. But you need to keep going and keep going and keep going. Anyway, yes, he probably can't use that tonight, but we can have a catch in between innings. We can have a catch in the game tonight, and I'm sure they'll be fine thereafter. So I hope you guys are having a great day. If you're a partner of mine in Degas, it is a very good day. That was an impressive mile from a filly that is just very close to coming into her own. Talk to you all soon. Good luck to everybody tonight. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.